Hello students, welcome to my channel Biology 5. I am Niru Sharma and today I am going to discuss about the salient features of genetic code. In my last video, discussed about the proposition and interpretation of genetic code by different scientists. We discussed about the George Gamow, who was a physicist by profession, and he proposed that the combination of three nucleotides must be required for the coding for amino acid. We discussed about the Dr. Hargobind Khurana who synthesized first gene, and we discussed about Marshall Nierenberg who discovered the code and proposed that the combination of three nucleotides are required for the formation of one amino acid. Marshall Nierenberg. Actually, he discovered and cracked the code through an experiment, and he proved through experiments that for coding one amino acid, triplets of nucleotides is required. He used mRNA of poly-U sequence, which codes for only one protein that is made up of phenylalanine. So Marshall-Nierenberg cracked the code. George Gamow proposed that combination of nucleotide will code for one amino acid. Dr. Hargobind Khurana synthesized the gene, and multiple other scientists also worked hardly. And ultimately, finally, the checkerboard for genetic code is developed and it is given. So in this checkerboard, there are 64 codons. And according to the George Gamow and Marshall Nierenberg, the combination of three nucleotide will code for one amino acid. If we know the number of nucleotides are 4 and we take the combination of 3, and they will be 64. So in this checkerboard there are 64 codons which codes for different amino acids. Some are stop codons. So let's discuss about the salient features of genetic code. The first feature is that the codon is triplet. It's quite clear through the experiments of the scientists, and in the checkerboard also the codons are triplet. They are in the combination of three nucleotides. So the codon is triplet, and out of 64 there are 64 codons, and out of 64 codon 61 code for amino acids and 3 codons do not code for any amino acid. Here you can see here UAA and UAG. These two are not coding for amino acid, these two codons, and one more, this UGA. These three codons do not code for any amino acid, and they are also called stop codons. These are UAA and UAG, and the third one is UGA. These three codons do not code for any amino acid, so they are known as stop codon. They are also known by other name given by the scientist. UA is also called, the name of UA is occur. UAG is known as amber, given by different scientists, name given to them, and UAG is known as opal and also or amber. This. So these are given name by different scientists, which is stop codons, and these stop codons do not code for any amino acid. So during the process of translation, these function as termination codon, and the polypeptide get terminated when these codons read by the tRNA, because they do not code for any amino acids. Next feature of genetic code is that it is unambiguous and specific nature of codon. Codons are specified. Suppose there is a AUG, we are taking AUG, it will code for methionine. AUG codes for methionine. So specific nature, codon has it's of specific nature, means AUG only code for methionine. It will never code for any another amino acid. It is always code for methionine. Suppose we are taking AGA, it will code for arginine, and it will always code for arginine. If we take GGU, it will code for glycine. In any case, they will not code for any other amino acid. They are specified. GGU is specified for glycine, AG is specified for arginine, and AUG is specified for methionine. So they will specified for their amino acid. These amino acids can be coded by AUG. They are specified. And the next feature is degeneracy and redundancy of codon. It is just reverse to their nature. Each codon is coding for specific amino acid, not code for any other amino acid. But single amino acid, maybe we can take serine. Single amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. That is mean the degeneracy and redundancy of codon. Codon can be degenerate, yani more than one codon can code for one amino acid. One amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. Serine can be coded by more than one codon. It can be coded by UCU. It can be coded by UCC. It can be coded by UCA. So UCG. These four codons all are coding for serine. So degeneracy of code means single amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. More than one codon can code for single amino acid. It's quite clear in the checkerboard also. There are 64 codons and amino acids are 20. So they are quite obvious that one amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. Here you can see the arginine. Arginine is coding by these four codons, coding for arginine, and here also two codons are coding for arginine. So there are 6 codons we are coding for arginine. So single amino acid can be coded by more than 2 codons. They can be coded by 4 codons also. There are exceptions to this. Some amino acid are exceptions. These are methionine, and one is tryptophan. These two amino acids can be coded by only one codon. AUG codes for methionine and tryptophan can be coded by only from UGG. These are the two exceptions which are coded by only one codon. AUG is coded by methionine is coded by AUG and tryptophan is coded by U. For these amino acids they are only single codon. Other amino acid can be, except these methionine and tryptophan, can be coded by more than one codon. Now come to the fourth point. The code is nearly universal. So that if we take example as methionine again, AUG codes for methionine, whether it's a bacteria, whether it's a human being, whether it's a plant. Bacteria, human being or plant. Methionine is always coded by AUG. The code is universal, whether it's a bacteria, whether it's a virus, whether it's a human being or whether it's a plant. That's why code is called universal. The next important point is contiguous nature of code. Contiguous nature of code means that the codons or codes written on the mRNA, present on the mRNA like AUG, CCU, we can take any sequence. So it is in continuous manner. GGC means their triplet of codons and there is no punctuation or pause between the codons. There is no any pause between or the comma between the codons. These are read in a continuous manner. There is no punctuation or there is no any pause between this code reading during this codons. That is the contiguous nature of codon. Next we come to the dual nature of AUG codon. As we know, AUG codes for methionine now. AUG codes for methionine. It functions as a start codon also. AUG codes for methionine as well as it functions as start codon. Start codon. During the process of translation, AU is the first codon which get read by RNA. This is the first codon which get translated and it codes for methionine. So AUG function as start codon and codes for methionine. It has dual function. Next, the collinearity of codon. Collinearity on the same line. Codon is on the same line. This is the mRNA and the codons are on the same line. whether it's a DNA, mRNA, they all are collinear. They are on the same line, or polypeptide amino acids are on the same line. So the collinearity of code means they are on the same line, whether it's a codon, whether it's amino acids. Next and the last one is the non-overlapping of code. Code is always read in a triplet form. Suppose this is our mRNA and the sequence is A, U, G, C, C, G, A, G, U, C. So we read them in a, or tRNA read them in a triplet form. Not like this. We can't take it in overlapping manner. So it can't be, codons can't be read in an overlap manner. So they are read as a triplet only. So this is about the non-overlapping nature of the code. This all about the salient features of genetic code. In my next video, we will discuss about the translation and the structure of tRNA. So this is all about the salient features of genetic code. They're quite important topic also. Hope you guys understood the topic. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and ring the bell if you want to get notified whenever I post my further videos. So thank you. Have a nice day.